Hello, and welcome to Cocktails with a Twist of History, your digital destination for all things cocktails. We are dedicated to making your mixology adventures not only informative, but also entertaining. I want to talk today about an interesting cocktail that was created during Prohibition. It was a way to poke fun at a banker in Boston who was trying to promote Prohibition. The drink is called a Scofflaw. First, I usually do this at the end, but I want to ask everyone to send a link of this show to somebody that you know so that they can enjoy the show as well. The word scofflaw was created from a competition to make a new word to describe a person who is, quote, a lawless drinker of illegally made or illegally obtained liquor. The contest was designed by a banker in Boston by the name of Delrave King. He wanted to shame the people who were illegally drinking. He paid $200 in gold to the one who could coin the phrase, and the phrase that won was scofflaw. A famous bartender in Paris by the name of Harry Macalone heard about this and wanted to poke fun at this banker, and so he created a drink with the same name. Okay, I have been talking way too long without a drink in my hand. Let's make a scofflaw. Now, this is a bourbon-based drink, usually either bourbon or rye. We're going to use bourbon today. And it has a full 2 ounces of bourbon. It is a shaken drink, so we're going to need our shaker. Here we go. And we're going to put our 2 ounces of bourbon into the shaker. Here we go. Full 2 ounces. There we go. All right, now we are going to need some dry vermouth. We're going to need 1 ounce of dry vermouth. As you all know, I tend to use a little bit less vermouth when I make a drink, but okay. 1/4 ounce of lemon juice. Here we go, our lemon juice. And we're going to need some grenadine. It's about a 1/2 teaspoon of grenadine. We're going to put it in here, a little bit of grenadine. It just really is there to make it slightly sweet and a little bit red. Now, what we're also going to need are 2 dashes of orange bitters. Angostura is the most common of the bitters. Oh, you can smell that orange, it's really nice. It's a concentrated liquid, very high in alcohol content, but it's very intense with herbs, and this one has an orange flavor. Okay. We are going to add our ice, and like I always say, got to make sure to put in a lot of ice into the drink. Now this is a drink we are going to save some of this ice because we're going to put it into the glass as well. It's served with ice. Here we go. Put on our cover, put on our cap, and we are going to shake. Now this really doesn't need a lot of shaking, but here we go. You can see already, it's already getting very cold. It does not take long. Here we go. And let's pour it into our glass. And you can see that it is a really nice pink color. Now, we're going to take a lemon peel. We're going to twist it so that we can express some of the oils that are in the peel and drop it in. Here we go. Let's taste. Cheers. That is a really nice drink. That is delicious. Bourbon is powerful at first, but you taste that lemon, you taste the orange. It is just really, really nice. Okay. So, like we said, the scofflaw was derived from this contest by this guy, Delrave King, who was supporting the temperance movement, and he wanted to create this derogatory term for those who, quote, flouted prohibition by their illegal drinking. These are all quotes from various newspapers at the time. He was a Harvard grad, and he wanted to come up with this word to shame the people. There were a whole bunch of people, though, who lived in Europe from America, and they were living there because, for various reasons, most likely because they wanted to continue drinking, and in Europe, it was still legal. especially the bartenders who wanted to continue practicing as a bartender. They went to Europe as well, including this Harry McAlone. But before that, even in 1924, there was a different bartender by the name of Todd Sloan. And Todd Sloan was a jockey from the United States, and he bought this bar from the United States, from New York, and he took it apart piece by piece and brought it to Paris. It was very popular because it had this New York saloon atmosphere. Harry then bought the bar and renamed it Harry's New York Bar in Paris. Very confusing, I know. But it made the papers because they would have a poll of Americans who were living in Paris about who was going to win the United States elections as president, and surprise, surprise, they were very often correct. In the new drink, The Scofflaw, Harry emphasizes the American ingredients such as the bourbon or the rye, but then he also puts in the French vermouth, which is the dry vermouth, as well as the grenadine. The cocktail caught everyone's eye, but especially the American expats who saw it as a form of social protest. Remember, a lot of them were in Europe because of these changes like prohibition. The name influenced the drink and its popularity, but like I said, when I drank it, it's a really good drink. The Scofflaw is a cocktail that when the newspapers got a hold of this, they said that two men walk into Harry's New York bar and ask the bartender for a menu. And the bartender suggests, how about a Scofflaw? The man asks, is that a cocktail? Oh, that's funny. I'll have one of those. Make it two, says the friend, and they drink to their dear USA. That's what they called social justice at the time. I guess it's better than what was going on in Chicago. See my other episode on Al Capone if you're wondering what I'm talking about. Anyway, like always, if you've heard other stories or know different pieces of the history, we want to hear it. Put it in the comments, send it to us by email, or tell it to the bottle. Also, don't forget, we want you to subscribe, we want you to follow, we want you to like, we want you to put something in the comments so that we know that you're there, so that we can continue bringing you episodes of Cocktails with a Twist of History. Thank you.